Further to the north here, not as tight of a rotation as what we saw earlier, but this, at one point, a large and extremely dangerous tornado on the way to Columbia, South Carolina. This is in effect until 6:15. So this storm, history of being an observed tornado, the rotation is not as obvious, but as we've been watching, in and around where Allendale is, these storms, they may take a little bit of a break from the tight rotation, broaden out, and then tighten back up, go back in time, and right here you really see how tight it was just when it was on the north side of Interstate 20, now on the south side. So in here is where some of that broad rotation likely is, over 278. So worth watching here for these areas, South Congaree and Springdale. This storm also did show signs of debris. As we backtrack it through time, you can see that is it right there. Where the spin went, there was also something in the air, whether it was leaves or parts of buildings, that the radar was detecting. So we look at all of these different pieces, and still an observed tornado warning in effect here for Columbia, South Carolina here. Red Bank, you can see South Congaree, Springdale, West Columbia, and Columbia here with the tornado warning just touching you. And then now this is the tornado warning. Looks like we lost a tornado warning. Looks like we lost a tornado warning. That's a good thing, but a likely tornado went through Allendale earlier with the obvious sign of that storm going down here. Now this one just to the north of the city, and this is also a very dangerous situation with people out there still assessing the damage that was reported from earlier, with trees down, power lines down, damage to some structures, now some very tight rotation on the way to Omer right now.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Of when it's going to arrive here in a matter of minutes here in Omer, Schofield, Olar, and Clear Pond, some of the times for that storm. These storms are rotating, they're spinning up very fast, producing tornadoes. Still seeing the signs here on the radar reflectivity, the pattern of the raindrops showing us likely a tornado in there just north of Allendale that was likely hit by a tornado earlier, with damage being reported earlier. Now this tornado warning extending into some of these cities right here. Again, Bamberg, Branchville, and Denmark here with the tornado warnings with this. And this is well within an area over the next several hours where this tornado outbreak is likely to continue. Again, we're tracking a tornado outbreak in progress right now with the tornado watch, where conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes, extending in some areas till 9 o'clock. And you can always think of tornado watches as if we're watching for warnings. And when you get a warning, you take action. You put your safety plan into play and you go to your safe location. For a little while longer here, tornado watch to the south, and again, tornado watch going all the way up here, Jackie, into North Carolina.
Unfortunately, Chris, we've had a lot of ground truth to all of this today, with many reports of damage. A lot of it's been tree and power line damage. That's some good news, but when you add it all up and look at our storm reports, we've had more than 20 reports of tornadoes. That's filtered reports from the Storm Prediction Center, which would make it a tornado outbreak. In addition to that, we've had 45 wind damage reports, 5 hail reports, bringing those totals up over 70. We also have quite a few reports of folks without power. The highest state for outages right now is Georgia. Most of them are in Emmanuel and Twiggs County, and it's up over 30,000 right now without power. So that tells you we certainly had some significant damage in the
updated here on some of the tornado warnings.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Here, this one is in both Georgia and South Carolina. Also right here, where there have been a series of them going through, one with the history of producing damage in Allendale, and another tornado warning right here, including the state capital, Columbia, South Carolina. We begin with this one that has had an observed tag on it. The storm is getting close to the end of the warning, so the observed tag was there. We'll see if this gets extended from the National Weather Service office, and there is still some rotation showing up there. Heading up here also was a confirmed tornado, earlier observed tornado, getting closer to Columbia. The rotation not really obvious at all, and it's getting close enough to the radar that sometimes that gets a little tricky, but nothing is jumping out right now with this particular storm. Again, that did though have
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
that it did hit something. This now observed, this tornado warning. Here's Allendale. Again, likely hit by a tornado as a different storm went south of the town. There was visual confirmation of a funnel and a lot of reports of damage in Allendale. This is the new storm that went just north of there. This is an observed
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
threat and a very obvious rotation associated with this, just going over Omer right now. Again, when you see the really bright colors, that's one thing that should get your eye here. Fast winds. And then on top of that, there's some green in there and some red, so some fast winds going very fast, close to each other. And then this is sort of the final straw here. This is the confirmation right here. The observation would be the fact that there's something in the air that's not a raindrop or a hailstone here. So likely either parts of trees, it can be leaves, or it can be structures. There can be pieces of wood, shingles, siding in the air, something that is not raindrops. That's not meteorological data here. And when you match it up, all the signs point that there is a tornado in progress right now that just went over Omer here in South Carolina.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
3 tornado warned storms go through within the past couple of hours. Those storms are still ongoing right now. Not tornado warned on the other ones, but this one is an observed tornado right now. There is the hook aspect of it. That's one of the pieces of the puzzle. Also, what we were just looking at was the raindrops moving, this right here, in different directions. That's another piece of the puzzle. And then the confirmation is that something is in the air that's not raindrops. So there's debris in the air. All of the signs should saying a tornado in progress right now.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
2 tornado warnings earlier, 2 from different storms, 1 from each, and now here comes another one. And if some of these names sound familiar, it's because some of these cities have already been under tornado warnings from previous storms, still in an atmosphere that is ready to spin, including Clear Pond, Bamberg, Embry, and Branchville, and the approximate times of when that tornado is going to be heading to where you are. And with the scene like this in a lot of areas, you're not necessarily going to see the storm. We're seeing a lot of rain out here. There's a lot of light rain around from the storms that are exploding here. There's a line of storms that's not too far.
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
There's the potential for more straight line damaging winds or spin ups associated with the main line that's going to come through. Again, this is where that tornado would be, right in here, just passing over Omer. It's on the northeast side of the town right now, about to go over Highway 321, or perhaps even already over here onto Highway 301 right now, and on this track heading in the direction of Bamberg, north of Earhart. That has, again, had a couple of tornado warnings on it just a little bit earlier. And there's that confirmation right in here, seeing the tornado debris signature. So the sign that there is the debris in the air. Again, we saw a few moments ago with the reflectivity, with the this is green, yellow, orange, or red. So light, moderate, heavy rainfall right now. And the correlation coefficient
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
That if we have all raindrops, that's meteorological data. But when you have right in here where that hook is and where that velocity is, when we see the debris signature, that tells us that there's a tornado in progress, observed in a considerable threat right now. Again, this one of many tornado warnings we have been tracking today during this ongoing tornado outbreak that has a ways to go here. Tornado watch is still in effect for a lot of South Carolina and North Carolina, again, and Georgia, South Carolina, and tornado watch going into coastal North Carolina. Again, tornado outbreak underway and tornado warnings with tornadoes in progress right now. Stay with us. This is Storm Center.
Wildfires have reached